Can you imagine losing your career because you couldn't keep your bias under control? Well, that's exactly what happened to WNBA reporter Natalie Esquire. After months of targeting Caitlin Clark with fake news, accusations of racism, and unfair criticism, Esquire finally got called out and now she's paying the price. But Caitlin Clark isn't just sitting back and taking it. She's fighting back, filing a lawsuit against Esquire, exposing the truth behind the lies, the bias, and the unfair attacks she's faced since day one. This isn't just about basketball, it's about exposing a deeper issue within sports media. Stay tuned because you're about to find out what's really been going on behind the scenes. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. Now, if you haven't been following closely, let me catch you up real quick because this story is too good to miss. Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie. She's the kind of superstar who lights up stadiums, sets new records almost every game, and makes fans rush to arenas just to get a glimpse of her extraordinary talent. From jaw-dropping three-pointers shot from nearly half court to pinpoint assists that leave her opponents scratching their heads, Clark has it all. Seriously, she's like Steph Curry and Magic Johnson rolled into one, bringing excitement and electricity every time she steps on the court. But here's where things take a bizarre twist. Rather than recognizing Clark's exceptional skills and celebrating her groundbreaking rookie season, Natalie Esquire, the notorious WNBA reporter, took a completely different path. Esquire spent months unfairly criticizing Clark, labeling her as nothing more than a stat padder, accusing her of intentionally flopping to get calls from referees, and shockingly, even suggesting Clark wasn't prepared for the toughness and physical play of professional basketball. Seriously, Natalie, have you ever even watched a single minute of Clark's gameplay?
And Natalie Esquire is not new to putting down the efforts of Caitlin Clark and what she has accomplished in the previous season.
It's almost laughable because anyone who's seen Clark dominate knows that toughness and resilience are exactly what make her stand out. Fans and analysts alike have praised her fearless approach to the game, constantly pushing through physical challenges, double teams, and defensive traps. Honestly, if anyone's not ready for the WNBA's physicality, it might just be Natalie Esquire's credibility as a sports journalist.
Just be clear, Caitlin tried to flop. She tried to flop on what happened. Like,
Right.
That little shoulder bump, it was not that serious. Okay, Caitlin, I need you to be all the way serious and for real, okay? You fell down, the first thing you did is, woo!
Now that you're caught up, let's dive even deeper into why this controversy exploded into something much bigger. Natalie Esquire isn't new to stirring the pot. Controversy seems to follow her everywhere she goes. Over the years, she's become well known in WNBA media circles, not just for her energetic personality, but also for loudly and proudly championing her favorite teams and players. In particular, Esquire has shown unwavering support for the Las Vegas Aces, often treating them like they're the only team worth talking about. And look, we all get it, being a fan is completely fine, and it even adds some fun spice to sports discussions. But there's a crucial line in journalism. When fandom crosses into biased and unfair reporting, it stops being entertaining and starts becoming problematic. Esquire's loyalty to the Aces, and particularly her favoritism towards Chelsea Gray, seemed to cloud her judgment completely. It's almost as if she put on special glasses that filtered out reality, making her see only what she wanted to see.
Natalie Esquire says, Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the WNBA. That hasn't changed because she has a down year returning from injury. The disrespect on her name was ridiculous.
She consistently ignored any shortcomings in Gray's performance, no matter how obvious or statistically significant. When other reporters pointed out clear issues, Esquire brushed them aside, doubling down on her narrative that Chelsea Gray was the best point guard in the league, even when stats clearly proved otherwise. It wasn't just favoritism, it became outright denial.
But is she better than Caitlin Clark? Statistically, nope. Is she a reporter that is standing for her favorite players? I don't know.
Let's be real, every sports fan has their favorite player, and that's totally cool. But journalists are supposed to keep their fandom in check. delivering honest analysis based on facts. Unfortunately, Natalie Esquire lost sight of this responsibility, allowing her personal preferences to distort her reporting and undermine her credibility. Whether she was overlooking poor performances, exaggerating minor successes, or flat out ignoring the accomplishments of other players like Caitlin Clark, Esquire was dedicated to pushing narratives that supported her biases, not reality. Now here's where it gets even juicier, because Esquire's controversial approach didn't just create drama, it sparked serious questions about fairness and integrity in sports journalism. So what exactly pushed Caitlin Clark to finally say enough was enough? Let's dive deeper and find out.
For me, if Rookie of the Year was picked today, I give it to Angel.
Okay.
Clark finally had enough and is taking legal action. Why? Because, folks, there's a line between critique and outright bias, and Natalie Esquire didn't just cross it, she sprinted past it. Imagine someone constantly poking at you day after day, twisting every achievement into something negative, and outright ignoring your undeniable skills. You'd fight back too, right? That's exactly what Caitlin Clark is doing. Clark isn't just fighting for herself, she's stepping up for every athlete who's been unfairly targeted by biased media. She's challenging the narrative that allows reporters like Esquire to unfairly manipulate public perception. Let's get real here. Esquire went way too far. Her accusations that Clark was flopping or padding stats weren't just petty, they were completely unfounded. Numbers never lie, folks, and Caitlin Clark's numbers are shouting loud and clear that she's the real deal. Let's break it down. In her very first professional season, Clark didn't just perform well, she dominated, averaging an impressive 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. These are superstar-level stats, not rookie ones.
Let's get into the stats. First, we'll pull up best point guard in the WNBA objectively, Caitlin Clark. In her one professional season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark came away with an average of 19.2 points.
And here comes Chelsea Gray into the conversation. Yes, the same Chelsea Gray who Natalie Esquire insists is the best point guard out there. Get ready for a good laugh, because Gray's performance last season tells a completely different story. Chelsea Gray averaged just 8.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game. Yep, you read that right. Her stats aren't even close to Caitlin's, and frankly, comparing Gray to Clark at this point is like comparing a bicycle to a rocket ship, no competition at all.
Natalie, I believe, had said last year that a compromised Chelsea Gray was 10 times better than Caitlin Clark, which causes Clark fans to get on the defense.
Maybe Chelsea Gray should thank Esquire for hyping her up so much, because without those exaggerated praises, people might actually notice just how average her recent performances have been. Seriously, Chelsea, ever wonder how it feels to be labeled the best without actually being anywhere near the top? Must be nice living in Esquire's fantasy world. Funny how Esquire conveniently forgot to mention those numbers, right?
Natalie Esquire also claimed that Caitlin Clark was stat padding and posted this on her social media account. Are we going to be upset tonight that Caitlin tried to chase the franchise assist record when the game was already won?
And folks, this isn't just a one-time slip-up. This is part of a bigger issue in WNBA media. Clark has faced biased attacks since her first day in the league, all while players favored by Esquire get free passes. Clark's skill and talent are constantly questioned, while other players who align with Esquire's preferences enjoy unquestioned praise and protection.
I don't know what it is about Angel Reese, but there's been sort of this narrative that started about like the way she dresses. Like she's always showing too much of her body. It's her body, and it's an amazing body.
It's not just about one bad take, it's a pattern. From game one, Clark has been scrutinized in ways that many other players never experience. Instead of being celebrated for elevating the entire league, she's been nitpicked, criticized, and used as a scapegoat to fit certain narratives. Meanwhile, other players can have subpar performances, questionable attitudes, or even visible stat padding, and they're given a free pass. That's not journalism, that's agenda-driven storytelling.
Number one factor in her popularity is her ability and how entertaining she is to watch. You know, that's why fans of all races love her. That's why she's become internationally popular.
Caitlin Clark's lawsuit isn't just about one reporter. It's about calling out a culture of favoritism and bias within sports journalism. The WNBA has been booming since Clark entered the scene, breaking attendance records and driving merchandise sales. Yet Esquire dismissed her impact, attributing Clark's popularity solely to her whiteness, rather than recognizing her undeniable skill and charisma. This is not only unfair, it's dangerously misleading. Let's be honest, Clark's game is entertaining. She's a walking highlight reel. People aren't tuning in just because of what she looks like. They're watching because she plays basketball at an elite level. Esquire's attempt to frame Clark's success as anything other than earned is not just wrong, it's disrespectful to every player, fan, and coach who understands the game. What makes this even crazier is that Esquire didn't just attack Clark on the court, she targeted her character and reputation off the court too, trying to diminish Clark's success by suggesting it was undeserved. But fans aren't buying it, and neither are Clark's teammates and supporters, who've publicly backed her amid these attacks. Clark's genuine kindness, leadership, and sportsmanship shine brightly against Esquire's unfair criticisms. Whoa, you've made it this far. That must mean you're really enjoying the video, right? So why not take a quick second to hit that follow button? It's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back in. Esquire's arguments don't hold up, but that hasn't stopped her from doubling down. Instead of acknowledging Clark's positive influence, she's worked overtime to downplay it. But no matter how many misleading claims Esquire and others push, the numbers don't lie. Clark's arrival has taken the WNBA to another level. And the fans? They see right through the bias. Now, Caitlin Clark isn't taking this quietly. Nope. She's suing Natalie Esquire, and honestly, we can't blame her. This lawsuit isn't about being sensitive, it's about fighting back against misinformation and holding media accountable. It's a powerful stand not only for her, but for anyone who's ever faced unfair criticism, especially in the world of sports where media bias can dictate narratives, influence fan perception, and even impact careers. For months, Clark endured relentless attacks from Esquire, who seemed more focused on tearing her down than actually reporting the truth. But Clark isn't just a talented athlete, she's a competitor, a fighter, and a leader who refuses to let false narratives define her legacy. If there's one thing we've learned about Clark, it's that she plays to win, both on and off the court. And now she's taking that fight to the legal arena, making it clear that she won't allow dishonest journalism to go unchecked any longer. Clark has been nothing but professional in handling this drama, brushing off criticism and staying focused on her game. But even the most patient athlete has limits. There's a difference between fair critique and outright misinformation, and Esquire crossed that line repeatedly. This isn't about silencing critics, it's about setting the record straight and ensuring that biased reporting doesn't continue to plague the sport. Because when someone deliberately misrepresents facts, spreads falsehoods, and manipulates the truth, there have to be consequences. Clark's lawsuit isn't just personal, it's a message to the entire sports media world. Accountability matters. And from the way things are looking, this battle is far from over. Clark has completely transformed the WNBA landscape, drawing record crowds, boosting league revenues, and attracting new fans who'd never watched women's basketball before. Yet instead of celebrating her impact, Esquire and a few others tried tearing her down. Well, Clark finally said, "Enough is enough." Her impact isn't just felt in ticket sales, it's in the way the game is perceived. More people are talking about the WNBA than ever before. Networks are prioritizing women's basketball. Young athletes are inspired by her journey, and yet some media figures refuse to acknowledge it.
She hasn't just had a major impact on the WNBA, she's had a major impact on the entire city of Indianapolis.
Esquire's reporting didn't just affect Clark, it created a ripple effect across the entire WNBA. When a journalist with a platform continuously spreads misleading information, it doesn't just harm one athlete, it warps the way fans, coaches, and even other players perceive the game. And in Esquire's case, her narrative wasn't just biased, it was borderline delusional. This isn't just about one person getting a few facts wrong, It's about how false narratives influence awards, sponsorships, and even careers. Clark wasn't just playing basketball. She was battling an ongoing smear campaign that tried to undermine her success at every turn. When people in the media manipulate public opinion, they create unnecessary debates and foster resentment among players and fans alike. And let's be real here. Esquire wasn't exactly subtle with her favoritism. It was like she was playing a one-woman game of, let's pretend Caitlin Clark doesn't exist. While Clark was out here breaking records and single-handedly elevating the WNBA, Esquire was busy writing love letters to players who couldn't even crack top 10 stats. Talk about having your priorities in the wrong place. And that's the real danger. When bias enters journalism, it doesn't just hurt one player, it shifts narratives, warps perspectives, and creates division. It leads to a league where merit takes a back seat to favoritism and the actual best players don't get the recognition they deserve. At some point, enough is enough. Esquire thought she could twist reality, but the numbers, the fans, and now even legal action are proving otherwise. But if you thought this was bad, wait until you see how Clark's fans rallied behind her. This is where things get really interesting. Fans have noticed, though. And when I say noticed, I mean they've pulled out the receipts, checked the stats, and called out every single bad take Esquire has ever thrown out, like a referee with an instant replay. Clark supporters, both casual and die-hard, have rallied behind her in ways that would make even the most popular athletes jealous.
She drew a WNBA record, 1.84 million viewers to her first playoff game against the Connecticut Sun.
Her influence isn't just big, it's astronomical. She's up there with the likes of Taylor Swift in terms of cultural impact. Imagine trying to downplay a star that big. Yeah, good luck with that, Natalie.
Caitlin Clark has been getting comparisons to the most famous person in the world at this point in time, Taylor Swift. White was giving a comparison to the star status of Caitlin Clark.
Clark's fan base isn't just loud, it's one of the most engaged, passionate, and well-informed groups in sports today. These aren't just people blindly cheering her on. They're the type of fans who study the stats, analyze performances, and expose nonsense narratives with cold, hard facts. And the best part? Every time Esquire tried to twist the truth, Clark's supporters fired back with the reality. For every ridiculous take Esquire pushed, thousands of fans flooded social media with receipts proving her wrong.
The WNBA has never even been talked about in the past. So now to say that you have somebody whose celebrity is as mainstream and as Taylor Swift, that is actually incredible if you think about it.
Meanwhile, Esquire is probably sitting somewhere, wondering why nobody is taking her expert opinions seriously anymore. Maybe it's because people actually respect facts over feelings. Funny how that works, right?
Jealousy and envy and delusion all mixed together. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're delusional. People are watching these games because of Caitlin Clark.
So here we are. Caitlin Clark has drawn the line, and Natalie Esquire has finally been shown the door. It's a huge moment not just for Clark, but for everyone who cares about fairness in sports. The truth is out, fans are watching, and the message is clear. Biased journalism has no place in professional sports. And to Natalie Esquire, next time, maybe check your facts first, or better yet, leave the reporting to someone who will. Well, there you have it. Natalie Esquire tried to twist the truth, and it completely backfired. Caitlin Clark isn't just proving herself on the court, she's making sure the media is held accountable for their lies, bias, and fake narratives. But trust me, this is just the beginning. With Clark taking legal action, you can bet there's going to be more twists, more receipts, and more drama coming soon. So if you don't want to miss a single update, you know what to do. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you're all about truth in sports and want to show some love. Subscribe to stay updated on the biggest WNBA stories. You won't want to miss what's coming next. And don't forget to turn on notifications because trust me, this drama is only getting wilder from here. And don't forget to drop a comment. Are you Team Clark or Team Esquire? Should the WNBA do more to protect players from biased reporting? Let's get the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay real, stay informed, and keep calling out the nonsense.